Welcome to MagicGatheringStrat. I'm Dan. I'm about to play a 4-man draft of M14. I'm gonna try to keep track of all the packs and do it in a way that I can actually read. My handwriting is horrible, so I often write stuff that I cannot read myself. And it's happening. Okay, in this first pack we have a Planar Cleansing, which is not as good as you might think. We have the Devils, have an Essence Scatter, a Cursed, the best card hitils up till now, Giant Growth, Pillar Field, and Death Gaze. And I think I'm quite easily picking the Cursed Spirit here. And in this second pack, I will try to stay open, I will try to read the signals and be like the wind in this particular draft. Okay, they feel that I should have Domestication. There is a Hunt, there is a Quag Sickness, and actually there's a Mark, and there is a Wall of Frost and Domestication. Domestication is the stronger card, 4 or greater. Can I pass this? A Quag Sickness is a great card, but it's so much weaker than Domestication. Mark. I'm gonna take Domestication, even if it is a 2-colored mana spell. Now I might have to give it up later, but I'm going for sheer power here. Okay, in the third pack we have Time Ab, Claustrophobia, Malhorn, Siege, Knowing, Shiv's Embrace. I think I'm taking the Claustrophobia here and going deep on the blue stuff, hoping to pass the Time Ab. And I'm rewarded with a Water Servant here. They have Plummet, Master, Charging. There is a Disperse. I could chance on wheeling the Water Servant. There's a Sliver too. And take the Disperse. Wow, Water Servant is so strong. Now I have to take him. I am deep into blue now. Okay, in this first pack we've lost, they left us Devils. Somebody took Essence Scatter, somebody took Giant Growth, and the Death Gaze. So blue-black is taken. And swiftly jumping over to red here, getting that Shiv's Embrace. Maybe abandoning black. Yeah, I'm going red now. In this second pack, Hunter Weak is still here, Quag Sickness is gone. Mark of the Vampire is still here. Wall of Frost is gone. So nobody seems to be taking red, but here Shiv's Embrace is gone. And Time Ab is gone. Malhorn is still here, Siege Mastodon is still here, Knowing Zombie is still here. I think I'm taking the Malhorn here, even if I lost the Shiv's Embrace. White seems to be open. I'm taking the Malhorn, but look at this. Plummet is gone. Master of Diversion is still here. Charging Griffin is still here. Sentinel is still here. Sentinel is here and Disperse is gone. So white is so open. I am now drafting all the colors. These are so bad. Maybe I am white then. So what do we build out of this? We have strong blue. Red is the easiest to cut right now. And we know somebody picked up a Chief's Embrace, but we know blue and black are contested. Well, let's try to make something out of this. Demolish is a possible sideboard card. Did I first pick the Accursed Spirit? Yes. Tidebind the Mage. It's a pretty strong card. Outrage. Okay, which one is the strongest card? Bravery Pack Alpha is the strongest card in the booster. Tidebind the Mage I could take. But it's not very splashable, is it? Or the Outrage, but my red isn't very strong. Firecat. Or do I just go with the... If I go with the most powerful card, this is the most powerful card. And there has not been too many red cards, so that red player might give up. The mana curve looks really... Oh! The Hydra. There's a Fire Shrieker. Wow, so much green. Now they reward me. With the Pacifism. I was impressed by Capashen Knight in the last match. My white tactics are rewarded here. Hope the Sentinels liver wheels. But I have not yet received my real reward. And I'm still choosing between blue and red. The look of equal strength right now. Maybe blue is a little stronger. So maybe I'm blue-white flyers. And I could be doing worse than that. Blessing, Spellblast, cancel. Act of Treason, Firecat. Well. Yeah, well. This is a body and he might get a pacifist back, but why would pacifist go away? For some sacrifice stuff perhaps. This could get something back, but what? I don't have even one. I have Show of Valor. Maybe I'm just taking cancel here. 8 bodies. Could get domestication back. Ah. I'm taking the Oromancer. Looks great on the curve too. Glimpse the Future, Griffin, Sentinel. Not much of a blue-white flyer, but at least it looks nicely on the curve. This is a great black splash actually. Path of Bravery. Well, that's not going to happen. Compassion Knight Fire Shrieker was quite the combo yesterday. So white or blue? I think at this point I'm running 18 lands and splashing black. But let's see how many playables we end up with. We still have a lot of playables already. So let the bombs decide. The sentinel sliver goes around. What do I do against that enlarge? Maybe the cancel didn't wheel. Okay, I'm trying to look what it looks like if I cut. Red, 17 playables. And for a white-blue flyers deck I have very few flyers, namely 2. Blessing sucks. The cancel did wheel, and I think I want to cancel over the Archaeomancer as there's very little he is getting back. Tome Scour, Brave the elements. I am taking the spider so somebody else doesn't get it. Are these cards worth splashing for? Barely. Splashing is a big cost. I would love some divination or something like that to smooth out the draws. But somebody is picking blue. And somebody's picking blue hard. Path of Bravery. I'm picking Path of Bravery. I might try it out even. Taking the Shimmering Grotto, helping with my splash. Also a test thing. But I would rather run that than a swamp. Yeah, blessing. It sucks so much. It wasn't like that. Some people thought it was a good card back in like 1994. But we quickly discovered it wasn't. It's an interesting reprint. Okay, this is the time to give me the Archangel. Archangel of Thune. One time. No, I don't want it in this. I get Quicken. Well, I get Doomblade to splash. And there is like nothing else. So I guess I'm splashing Doomblade all day. And we know that we need 4 colors of black to do this. Wow, they are tempting me with Bubbling Cauldron, Festering Newt stuff. Green gets all the love. But I do get the flare. And I'm very impressed by Celestial Flare here. What is this? We have 4 blue cards. They all cost double blue. So maybe red is a stronger splash, but these are 3 very good blue cards and cancel. So we definitely need to pick up more Shimmering Grottos. Why is that not a common? Okay, Wild Ricochet, blah 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 blah. Blur Sliver. Predators. Okay. Suddenly black starts to look better than white. So how about just beating face, casting Mark of the Vampire, hitting people? I don't know. Black is starting to look... Oh ho ho! Reward time! Sarah Angel! Thank you. So I'm toying with the thought of abandoning blue this late. But I do love my domestication. Corpse Hauler will get the Sarah back. And I think it's happening. Oh, there's another Festering Newt for the Cauldron guy. But he doesn't have the witch, or maybe I just didn't see it. Dismiss into dream, essence scatter, mind rot is vaguely playable. Deadly recluse will suck, but I don't have the flyers. I am going blue-white on the ground, or with the accursed spirit. I'm taking mind rot here. And I think I'm abandoning... I don't like this sliver, but we haven't seen too many slivers. So I think I'm just abandoning blue here. Maybe I could then splash a red card if I really need to, but these are 23 cards. So Mark of the Vampire Fire Shrieker, that's my deck. And I have the Auramancer, right, to get all the marks back. Is this the day I choose to play Dawnstrike Paladin? Not impressed by this guy. Oh wait, I have 2 Mark of the Vampire. Maybe this is the lifelink deck. Path of Bravery. Maybe it is, maybe it is. I have to try it in a 4-man draft. So, Suntail Hawk. They say you wear a Mark of the Vampire very well. Maybe this is your hour to shine. We can even Fire Shriek you to make it 2-1 flyer. That's sad. Another stupid hawk. It doesn't look like anybody is doing that deck. Let's remove a sliver from their care. And no Suntail Hawk, you are not allowed. And my Solemn Offering went around. So that's good. This is a deck, right? And it's a deck that will have no mana problems. I can pump the Knight like crazy. Have double Solemn. And Siege Mastodons with Mark of the Vampire. Well. Okay. So now I'm not playing Shimmering Grotto anymore. Or maybe I am playing Shimmering Grotto actually for the Compassionate over Swamp still. So I can play 11-5-1. Maybe. Doomblade, Corpse Holder. All costing 1. Dawnstrike Paladin seems so bad. And I'm playing Path of Bravery. Take my hand, here we go. Down the path of bravery. And these are my 23 cards. There are many like them, but these are mine. What do I do? I do it. Do I want white so badly? If I play 11... If I play 11-6... I will have all the white in the world. What do you suggest? You suggest 12-5, but I'm not in the 12-5 camp. 13 creatures. So what is not creatures? It's removal, removal, removal. Show of Valor. I'm not a fan of Show of Valor, but yeah, could be my 23rd card. Auramancer is getting back. Not a lot. There are 5 enchantments in the deck, 2 pacifisms, 1 Path of Bravery and 2 marks. So he's probably getting back a mark. 13 creatures, a Fire Shrieker, Mind Rot. Well, do you believe in fairies? I feel like I tried to build a white-black Exalted deck in M14 and failed. 3 life gainers, and we are trying to do the Path of Bravery thing, but even without, I think Path of Bravery will be quite strong actually. It's not unplayable, or maybe it is. Oh, I'm jumping into the pool at the deep end. And we're off. It's time for the first match. And it's Stealth Nick. Yes, I would like to play first. No white. I have the Doomblade and the Mind Rot, and I'm keeping. And hopefully I can delay him with Doomblade and Mind Rot to the point where I start drawing my 11 white my 11 white lands. Don't want to see an Elvish Mystic here. Good, I was thinking, do I have to Doomblade an Elven Mystic just to prevent him from doing stuff? And now things are a lot better. Still need to draw another Plains and then one more land. But having Pillarfield Ox going to town with Mark of the Vampire is something. There is an Elvish Mystic. If he misses his land drop here, which I don't expect, I will kill the Mystic. It's good old green-red. I hear they're pretty bad at handling Pillarfield Oxes with Mark of the Vampire. I wanted a land there, but I have not yet to miss my land drop. This guy could have the Chief's Embrace and the Enlarge. Seismic Stomp. Wow. Seismic Stomp. Ranger's Guile. Okay. Tusker is bad news. We'll probably have to die. But Pillarfield Ox will stop it if I draw land. Need a land. And this brings me back to my old theory that you always run 18 lands in a 4-man room, but I can't bring myself to doing it. Now we could smack with Enlarge, but it's a giant lava axe pretty much. But if he doesn't have it, I'm fine. Oh, he's blue too. That's interesting. What did he pick up in blue? What did we see? We saw the Essence Scatter, a Wall of Frost and a Time Ebb. Hey, I'm Rumbling Baloth. I don't... Oh, the Time Ebb will be a real problem. I'm so scared of... I'm so scared of Enlarge right now. So if I cast the Serra Angel and he casts Enlarge, it's gonna be so much damage. But I need to do something this turn. And I can't like count on him having every card. So I'm gonna take a hit from the Baloth cast Mark of the Vampire on the Sarah Angel, and if he doesn't have the Time Ebb or the Enlarge, or the Enlarge actually kills Mark of the Vampire, the Sarah Angel. So maybe the Mark of the Vampire goes better on the Pillarfield Ox. But he's splashing blue for a reason, and maybe Essence Scatter was the reason, so maybe I just slipped under it. I'm not impressed by Charging Griffin. Blur Sliver. Not too scary. And he didn't attack with the Bailoff. So what I could do is Mark of the Vampire, the Pillarfield Ox. Attack with it. If he wants to kill it with 6 power, he will have to block it with everything. And then I will kill the Tusker, kill the Elvish Mystic, and Doomblade the Rumbling Bailoff. And that will be a fairly huge setback, and Pillarfield Ox will be protected from Enlarge by being tapped. He might also do a stupid block here. Or he could do that. Well, yeah, he could fog me. I think I gave him too much credit. Well, he should learn why fog is not a good idea. And next turn the situation will be the same, except that I will now play Charging Griffin too. So I hope it's Enlarge now. Does Enlarge cost 5? Nice! Blowout! And now he can't even block the Mark of the Vampires thing profitably. So do I have any relevant sideboard cards? No, I don't have sideboard cards. I don't do that. Siege Mastodon. You like it? No, it's Charging Griffin, right? Okay, why did you do that? Now it could actually be Siege Mastodon. No, I still think it's Charging Griffin. Doomblade. Enlarge, Fog. Rangers. And Seismic Stomp. Okay, you get to have first strike. More blowout potential. What if I just ignore that? That's what I'm gonna do. There is my second Shimmering Grotto. But I didn't play the first one. Oh my god! Let's do this. Fire Shrieker. It's gonna shriek fire. Is there an instant for 1 black or 1 white? I don't think so. And I should probably have done it on the ground, but I'm greedy, I want the life points. That would have put him at 5, had I done so. Well, the Doomblade was pretty good there. So we know he has enchantments. No, we don't. We know he has the Talons. But we haven't seen another enchantment. You know he has Fog, Ranger's Guile, Seismic Stomp and Large. He probably has Shiv's Embrace. So if there is something really questionable in my deck, I could bring in a Solemn Offering. Show of Valor. Well, I'm not convinced. But what do I do against the Shiv's Embrace? Pacify it. I think it's overkill bringing in the... But I don't like Show of Valor. But I have yet to see the Shiv's Embrace. What would you have done? Tell me. Tell me in the show notes what you would have done. Would you bring in Solemn Offering? I've seen Shiv's Embrace in the draft. And I know he has the talents. But it's not an instant. I'm playing like this. Well, that looks like a fairly good hand. And I'm going to play it. I think what I'm most afraid of is mana problems. And he takes a mulligan. And given my ability to 2-for-1 him, I think I'm good. But if he casts like the Kalonian Tusker early, I'm in trouble. And I really don't want to draw another land now. And by turn 6, my Compassion Knight... Oh, the other second forest is... Oh my god. Poor card. This card is so bad. There are not words to describe. There was a card that nobody ever picked in M13, and this card is worse. Unless you have Trading Post. Well, Master of Diversion is gonna get tested here. And I have been lucky to run into the deck that's really vulnerable to Mark of the Vampire. But of course now he has Death Touch to 2-for-2 me. I know there's a lot of new players in these new player drafts and the 4-man drafts, but it makes me so relieved to see my opponent playing cards like that. Here is Master of Diversion. But now he is going to play something because he has all the mana in the world. I'm thinking like this gives 2 mana, but of course it doesn't. Whatever he's gonna play, Master of Diversion is gonna tap it. Yeah, tapping! One green. So how are our buddies doing? Data 86 is leading 1-0. Oh my god, there is so much mana. But you still have this green mana floating around. Use it! Oh, Into the Wilds. Maybe this time it's gonna work. I have scoffed at the card before. So next time he has less than 50% chance of getting the card back. So on the average, after somewhere between 2 and 3 turns, he will have cantripped off this. And then after 5 turns, he will have gained the benefit. Then it will be somewhat like a divination. That's pretty slow. But now I have 7 mana, so if I flood and he draws a lot of business... Oh, that's not a 4 mana card. Then I will be stupid. He's looking at it. Is it land? Is it? Is it land? Tell me. Oh, it wasn't a land. Poor you. But at least you know what it is. And now you're drawing it. Something is happening. He has a Deadly Recluse in his deck, by the way. Oh, I just noticed something. He has 50 cards. 53 cards. 50 cards in his deck, 3 in his hand. God, he's running almost every card. Well, let's go to town. I am tapping you, sir. So now we can actually use this Vial of Poison to kill the Master of Diversion. But it's a 2-for-1 for me, so I'm happy with that. Do it. You know you want to kill the Master of Diversions. He couldn't diverse the bottle, could he? But you have to use it now. Use it. Yes. Yeah, he didn't see that one coming. Choose your battles carefully. Well, battling with the Death Touch guy wasn't that smart, was it, Master of Diversions? But here is Lady Sarah. She's not blocking. Just in case you wonder. She's blocking next turn, because then I can shovel it. So the question now is it a land? Is it a land? Or have you mulliganed yourself? This time I think it's a land. It is a land! It's a forest! And that means he's drawing good cards. He's doing business. But we have 5 Power of Flyers coming his way. And there are no Sentinel Spiders in this set. But something really like Garu Caller of Beasts. Uh-oh. Volcanic Geyser? Ooh. Okay, it has to be blocked. Well, I think Griffin Sentinel has a job to do. That hurt. Meet my little friend, Corpse Hauler. And he will show his valor, in case you want to fight him. That will make him 4-5, which means that he will eat Kalonian Tuskers all day. It's another land. He has gotten 2 cards. It's now officially divination. And is that enough? Maybe it is. Are they still playing? They are. Rumbling Bailiff. The plot thickens. 1 card in hand. Well, if it is a giant growth, I can show Valerie, so I am gonna block with Sarah Angel. But I did not have to. Well, I'm really riding Sarah here. And I have all the mana in the world, and I'm just longing for Capassion Knight. Or Ring of 3 Wishes. Oh, he gets another land! Soon it is opportunity. I'm still blocking the Kalonian Tusker here. If he attacks with both. But he does not attack. Brindlebar. It's a Brindlebar. And it is now very dead. You don't want to kill the Brindlebar. Oh, the Brindlebar. Yeah, it's the same song as the Blastoderm song. I'm sorry. I don't have any imagination. If he gets another land now, it's officially opportunity. So this guy has cast opportunity on me. And he's flooding quite a bit, but of course it was the flooding that allowed him to cast opportunity. And here is Rootwalla. And now things are getting nasty. Is this the hour of your attack, my dear friend? But you have emptied your hands. I know you're not up to any tricks. So I could actually just destroy you with a Corpse Hauler. He becomes a 4-5. You don't have any special abilities. But I do, and it's my much aligned card Show of Valor that I don't really like. That saves me this day. And I always think it costs 3 mana. That's one of the reasons I don't like it. And here's a Cursed Spirit presenting lethal damage. Next turn. And even though Into the Wilds found all these lands, it's not opportunity, because it is only opportunity when you flood. So it's not even over 6 turns worth as much as opportunity. And if you cast for 4 mana an opportunity to spend 6, you would be pretty disappointed. So I still think Into the Wilds is really bad. Now it doesn't matter what he does. But I'm probably going to block the Tusker. and sacrifice the corpse hauler to get back the master of diversions, perhaps. King of the champ blockers, corpse hauler. He is pumping the Rootwalla, and I am sacrificing the corpse hauler, returning the master of diversions. And this turn is over on my part. And now, if you don't object, I'm gonna swing for 7 and win. Fog. It could be fog. Plummet. But that doesn't do anything. Alright. You got me scared there for a second, sir. And it's a 2-0 match. We are off to the last round. And Data 86 has crushed this and is my opponent for the final round. And it's happening. And I'm starting. I want to play first. This is not fun, but it is what we have to do. And it's a hand that actually does absolutely nothing. And we only have 6 swamps. And even if we find another plains, we're still doing absolutely nothing. On the other hand, if we find a swamp, we are doing stuff. I always think hi-fi when I say HF, but it is... Oh, he is the blue-red deck. I was thinking that he should be blue-red, because then I have diluted his deck so hard. It's gotta be the Fire Shrieker. No, it is the Path of Bravery. He could have negates. And I'm casting Fire Shrieker into open mana, I'm not casting, but now I have to cast it to do anything. So I'm all dressed up and I have nowhere to go. But just 1 more mana and he's gonna cast like Shivan Dragon or stuff. Okay. So I think the first thing I'm gonna cast is going to die. But then I could use the Corpse Hauler to get back the Accursed Spirit. But that's sort of magical Christmas land, isn't it? So if I cast the Corpse Hauler, and then he can use all his removal and stuff on that. Yep. Making it more likely that Sarah can actually land here. Oh, please, please give me a land now. God. Yes. Can you deal with that? Maybe you can. Chandra's Outrage. I took the Chandra's Outrage. You don't have it. And he is living the dream. What's that? Wild Ricochet. He may choose new targets to target instant sorcery spell. And copy it. Okay, you do that. While I Fire Shriek my Sarah Angel. And hit you for 10. And I'm not casting the Mark of the Vampire because I don't want to be blown out by Disperse. I saw Disperse. I'd rather have this. Okay, you can now copy his spells for 4 mana. That's pretty expensive. But I only... What? Okay. Nice. Well, I didn't see anything really, so... How about domestication? How about stealing the Elite Arcanist after you've done it? That would be really fun. Okay. No, we're not doing it. This deck is now 3-0 and we are keeping on doing what we're doing. What the hell? But at least we have mana. This is the worst part with building a good curve, because I think I had a pretty good curve with this deck, is that you still get hands like this. Path to Bravery. It actually gave the Sarah. Oh, it's there again! But this time he could easily prevent me from having a creature at all. Maybe he's gonna Arcanist, so I can't play any creature. That is going to suck. But instead he misses his land drop and discards Academy Raider. Well, I don't have anything. So the question now is, no, I'm not playing Siege Mastodon into his counterspell here. I'll just hang back and wait. As it is my only creature, I'm not gonna give it up that easily. Because I think that as soon as he gets a land, he is going to do something. Well, I'm playing Charging Griffin Pacifism. Because I don't want him to be able to dig himself out of his mana hole. And also to destroy my Path of Bravery. He should have some removal, maybe a shock, and it doesn't work now. Ragathan Firecat. Well, that thing is going to wreck my day. I did hit F2 now. But it doesn't no longer store keystrokes. Well, Path of Bravery, doing work. Say hello to my little friend, Siege Mastodon. He eats fire cats all day. Not if they have first strike. Oh, you got the Chief's Embrace. The problem is, do you want to do 6 damage to me? While I do 7 damage to you? But I don't anymore, I do only 6. But I think I'm winning the race. Or maybe I'm not. Well, I can't block then. So I better just race you. But I am in trouble cause I don't have anything. Where's Compassion Knight? But gaining like 8 life from Path of Bravery is still something. This is the turn you cast your Elite Arcanist. To illustrate why it's an unplayable card. Cause I think it is. It's just an F in the words of Marshall Sutcliffe. But Chandra's outrage here is not an F. It's gonna wreck my day totally. And here you can see clearly the advantage of getting mana screw compared to flooding. Because now that he has 4 mana, he will be able to do something every turn. Whereas I cannot. So I'm actually in a lot of trouble here. Unless all he has is an Elite Arcanist. And now he caught up to me on the clock, so I've been talking a lot. And it is a critical turn for him, he has 25 minutes to think about it, so... let's let him think about it. The YouTube channel, 524 subscribers. Didn't I have 525 seconds ago? No, it was 523. 150,000 views and something's happening. He does Flames of the Firebrand, that thing, and then hit me for 7. That means I could die next turn. And this is the turn I want to... Even if I draw Pacifism now, I'm not safe at all. But I do get the life point, which could help me. And the Mind Rot doesn't do a whole lot. Wow, he brought in Demolish. I'm going to lose this game. Unless I draw Doomblade or Pacifism. And even if I do, he still has 4 cards that will do something, whereas I have nothing. And now he has 3 cards that will do something, whereas I have nothing. So I need to draw my removal now. And the question now becomes, did I use my Pacifism incorrectly? I am adding Solemn to the deck. And I'm giving up here. What a horrible flood. But now I have 2 targets for Solemn. So I can add 1 Solemn. Oh, I can actually take out the Fire Shrieker. It is... Oh, it was a Demolish. So it doesn't have a target if I take that out. Do I want to bring in another Solemn Offering? Worst case, I can cast it on my own stuff. So I am doing it. And I might come to regret it. But here it is, the final game. It might be Mark of the Vampire that I should take out, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna cast it well. And it's gonna do work. But actually, Fire Shriek could too. No, this is what I'm going with. Flames of the Firebrand. I'm glad I took all this blue-red stuff from him. Yes, I want to play first. Nasty hand. The hand is looking better. It's the 10 strikes with Master of Diversion plan. Here is my essence. Scatter fodder? No? Because nobody's afraid of Griffin Sentinel. Well, now I'm the guy who has all the value. Yeah, I'd rather get the Mind Rot cancelled than the Master of Diversions. Yeah, Blur Sliver. Four mana. Still the Master of Diversion, right? And I can't block now. Because he can Flames of the Firebrand me. Hope this is the turn he plays the Shiv's Embrace. But it's the Battle Sliver turn. And I do kill the Battle Sliver, right? Nothing. So I guess it's the Auramancer then. Just for a body. Well, if I have a plains, if I get a plains, and there is 11 of them, 10 left in my deck. So the chance is about, oh, there we go. Nice. Giving me those 2-for-1s makes me happy. Pitchburn Devils will be a problem. Please just give me a mana. But now sacrificing the Pitchburn Devils is not a lot of fun, is it? Actually, the best thing I can hope for now is a solemn offering target. All right. Good old Pillarfield Ox. Still waiting for my planes. Am I dead now? Not yet. But I do have to destroy something now. And I will destroy Shiv's Embrace. And that will get me to 5. What if I attack? No, I have to use it. Keeping Pitchburn Devils alive will be a problem. Okay. And now I'm dead. Yep. Never drew my second planes and lost the whole tournament. Well, 11 lands. I don't know. Well, I don't know how you work around that actually. Maybe you just can't win every time. Thank you for watching MagicGatheringStrat. I'm Dan, and I was playing a 4-man draft.